This video is about Schedule A federal hiring, which I'm pretty sure you figured out by the title. Now, I'm certain that many of you who hire for federal agencies have heard about Schedule A. Maybe a few of you have even seen it in action, but I have some useful information that you may not know. The kind of information that'll make your job much easier. One of the most common complaints about the federal hiring process is that it takes way too long. According to a 2006 report, there's an average of 102 days from putting in the request to having somebody officially hired. No hiring manager looks forward to spending at least 3 months waiting to get an employee into the most basic job. Then after that, you don't even have a guarantee that the person you hired will work out or stick around. However, there is one way to jump right over the entire process of traditional hiring. With this method, you can get qualified employees in less than a quarter of the time it would take to normally get someone, while simultaneously fulfilling federal mandate. You will also bring a team of people to the table who will make the hiring process easier and who will even support that employee after the hire. All of this comes with, you guessed it, Schedule A hiring. Now, what is it that makes Schedule A hiring so special? And how will it make your job easier? Well, that comes down to two things: people and that dreaded paperwork. The official description of Schedule A is it allows individuals to apply for a federal appointment through the non-competitive hiring process, which means you get to hire a person with a disability who meets the qualifications for the job you want to fill without going through those 100 days and reams of paperwork. You see, back in 2007, there were clear instructions in Section 501 of the Rehabilitation Act that each federal agency had to have 12% of its workforce be people with disabilities. That makes the federal government one of the largest employers of people with disabilities, but it still hasn't reached that mandate. The result is Schedule A. Let's talk about some of the technical stuff. I promise to keep it short and try not to be boring. The Schedule A regulations specify that a person must have either an intellectual disability, a severe physical disability, or a psychiatric disability to be eligible for hire through Schedule A. The regulations do not specifically include or exclude particular disabilities under those three categories. The person applying needs a Schedule A letter, which certifies that that individual has the disability. And where do you get that letter? Well, that's where the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation comes in. They'll make sure that their client has one. The Schedule A regulation also says that the person must be certified as job ready. And DVR will review their client's resume, skills, and references to determine if they're able to do the position that you're looking to fill. Then you can interview the person and hire them. It's just that simple. Something else you could do while working with DVR is bring the Schedule A applicant on board as a temporary employee. When you're satisfied that the new employee meets the needs of the job, the position can be converted from temporary to permanent. To make the Schedule A process work smoothly here in Alaska, federal agencies work closely with DVR to expedite the placement and advancement of individuals with disabilities. That's the paperwork. That's all there is to it. And now on to the people. People who have disabilities work with the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation to become qualified and competitive for the positions you need filled. DVR works closely with every job applicant to make sure they're qualified and will be a good fit for your agency. Some of you may be a little unsure about the issues that could arise from hiring someone who has a disability. But not to worry. You see, there's evidence that hiring qualified workers with disabilities will have a positive effect on your agency. A study by the DePaul University showed that workers with disabilities perform equally to employees without disabilities, and they stay with an employer longer. That same study found that workers with disabilities had fewer unscheduled absences than those without disabilities. It also showed that general staff turnover is also lower by up to 30%. When you use Schedule A, office life gets better and safer. A 1990 study assessed the safety records of employees with disabilities and found that 97% rated average or above average in safety. When you actively participate in hiring people with disabilities, you have access to a talent pool of people with diverse strengths, leadership styles, and unique ways of thinking. People with disabilities use creative thinking every day to deal with situations that people without disabilities wouldn't even have to consider. The skills they develop can make them incredible employees. To recap why you should take advantage of Schedule A, it's way faster than regular hiring procedures. You get vetted employees who have strong support group behind them. These employees help you fill 501 requirements, and you'll have a better working environment. If this sounds like something that would be perfect for you, just reach out to your local DVR and we will be happy to help you start hiring people using Schedule A.